Welcome to this overview of Title I campuses in CCISD. You may have heard the term Title I before and wondered, what does that actually mean for my child's school? Well, you're in the right place. We're going to break down what this program is, how it works, and most importantly, how it creates new opportunities for our students, our teachers, and for you, our families.
So here's a quick look at what we'll be covering. First, we'll define what Title I is. Then we'll see how the funding works. After that, we'll get into what that support actually looks like in the classroom. We'll also cover your specific rights as a parent, explore some simple ways you can partner with your school, and then we'll wrap it all up by talking about the Title I opportunity. All right, let's jump right in.
So first things first, what exactly is Title I? It's a term we hear a lot, so let's make sure we have a really clear, simple definition.
At its heart, Title I is a federal program that's all about creating equity. It gives extra funding to schools that have a high number of students from low-income families. And the goal, the whole point, is to make sure that every single child gets a fair, equal, and significant chance to receive a high-quality education.
And this right here, this is maybe the most important takeaway from our whole conversation. A Title I school is not a bad school or a failing school. It's actually the opposite. It means that school qualifies for extra resources, extra staff, and extra support, all to help every student succeed. Plain and simple, it means more opportunity.
Okay, so how does a school get these extra resources? Let's talk about how the funding works and how it builds on the foundation that's already there.
It's really a pretty straightforward three-step process. First, the federal government sends Title I money to our district. Then, the district looks at economic data, and the main piece of data is the percentage of students who are eligible for free or reduced-price meals to see which schools qualify. And finally, that money goes directly to those campuses to add extra support right where it's needed.
Now, here's a really crucial point. Title I funds are extra. They are meant to supplement, not replace, the school's regular budget. Think of it this way. Every school gets its normal funding from the district. A Title I campus gets additional money on top of that, which allows them to provide services and programs they just wouldn't be able to otherwise.
Okay, now for the fun part. What does all this extra funding actually buy? What does it look like in your child's day-to-day life at school? Let's take a look.
Well, for students, it often means more personalized attention. You might see things like small group instruction for reading and math, maybe some tutoring sessions during or after school, some new learning materials and technology in the classroom, or even extended learning programs like summer school.
But it's not just for students. It's also about empowering our teachers. Title I funds can provide them with fantastic professional training on new teaching strategies, give them better tools to monitor how each student is doing, and provide special resources for working with all the diverse learners in their classrooms.
And of course, Title I helps build a stronger bridge between home and school. Schools can use these funds to host family learning nights, offer workshops on how you can support your child's learning at home, or even create parent resource areas. And to make sure everyone can be involved, schools may also provide translated information or language support in meetings whenever possible.
This idea of partnership is so important that it's actually part of the law. So, as a parent at a Title I school, you have specific rights that make sure your voice is heard.
These rights are really designed to empower you. You have the right to attend the annual Title I meeting where the school explains its programs. You also have what's called the right to know about your child's teacher's qualifications. And you have the right to give your input on important things like the family engagement policy and the school parent compact.
Let's talk about that compact for a second. The best way to think about it is like a promise between three partners. The school commits to providing high-quality teaching, the family commits to supporting learning at home, and the student commits to being an active participant in their own education. It's a simple agreement that gets everyone on the same team.
So, knowing your rights is step one. Putting that partnership into action is the next. Let's talk about some really simple, practical ways that every single family can partner with their school. Being a partner doesn't have to be a huge time commitment. It can be as simple as checking your child's folder or the online portal each day. It's reading the messages from the school, taking a minute to reply to a survey, or trying to attend just one event during the year if you can. And maybe most importantly, it's just reaching out to the school when you need help or have a question. Every little action really does count.
Now, I have a question for you. What's one really simple thing that every family can do that has a direct impact on our school's funding?
And the answer is completing the free and reduced price meal form every year. This is so important. Even if you know for sure that you don't qualify, just filling out the form gives the district the critical data it needs. That's the data that helps identify which schools are eligible for Title I and other types of funding. It's a simple, completely confidential way to help support all the students at your campus.
When you put all of this together, the funding, the extra support, the parent partnership, it creates something we like to call the Title I opportunity.
Schools can't do this work alone. Families are absolutely essential partners. And when the school and home work together, our students are much more likely to thrive.
So let's think about it this way. Title I isn't a label, it's a resource. It's an extra layer of support for our students, our teachers, and our families that helps give everyone fair access to a great education. It really is an opportunity to make our whole community stronger, together.
And as we close, I just want to leave you with this one question to think about. What is one simple step you will take to partner with your child's school? Whether it's signing a folder, sending an email, or filling out that form, remember that every action makes a difference.
Thank you for spending time with us today. Parent 101 is a parent and family engagement initiative from CCISD federal programs, created to help every family feel informed, included, and supported. Explore every Parent 101 guide anytime at ccisd.net/parent101. And if you'd like to help shape the work we do, your voice matters. Share your thoughts through our survey at ccisd.net/federal programs. Because together, we go farther.